Good evening, everybody. We are live, and I'm hoping the microphones work because I just replugged it back in. I forgot it was unplugged. So tonight, a couple of things I'm doing new. So I've actually remembered to already log into Nightbot, so that should be coming on soon. And I've logged into Battissimo, and I've never really used that. So we'll see if that one actually joins us in the chat tonight as well. And I have also set on subscriber only mode for 5 minutes, but hopefully we don't have to deal with any, you know what I mean, tonight. So welcome in. Hopefully everyone is having a beautiful day. It's pretty warm here in the Toronto area, and I think it was like 87 today, which is warm compared to where we've been the last few weeks. And the air conditioning sure feels nice, but it's finally perking up. And it seems like the plants are really enjoying it. So the tomatoes have really taken off, and the cucamelon's doing really good. Cucumbers are doing all right, but I have to admit that the watermelon, I'll show you a picture in a little bit when I go through my pictures for the week. And the watermelon, I'm just hoping it survives, but it's not doing so hot yet. So, oh, no softball tonight. Ooh, you get a nice break, a nice day off. Is it hot there? So, oh yeah. So once Nightbot joins the chat, which I think it says it usually takes about 5 minutes, then we can do the weather with that. And you can also drop your link. What is everyone drinking tonight? I am having my sparkling water club soda. Sparkling from President's Choice. This side's in French. So if you're not aware, everything in Canada has to be labeled in English and French, which was a little confusing for me when I first came here. And hey, Sheppy, how are you doing tonight? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. It was very confusing for me because if the can was turned the other way or the jar was turned backwards on the shelf, I didn't know what anything was. And I kept forgetting that, oh, it's like a haricots. I'm like, what the heck is that? Oh, it's beans, right? So yeah, that was a little confusing for me at first. I always have to check and see what the other side of the label said. And it's funny because, so grape, like grape pop, grape anything flavored is raisin in French. And so the idea of like raisin pop, it just super gross. It's not appetizing at all. So we always laugh when anyone picks like the grape flavored freezies or anything. It's like, oh, raisin. So anyways, that's a little Canadian humor for you tonight. Hello, it is my first time on your live. Do you live in Canada? If so, I live in the United States. I do live in Canada. Welcome in Albany Plane Spotter Aviation. Are you in Albany, New York? Because if you are in Albany, New York, then you are not very far from me. I am just outside of Toronto in Brampton, Ontario. But I did grow up in the States, but I live in Canada now. And we are finally feeling like summer. We hit the beach yesterday, and we had a beautiful day out on the water. And it was pretty breezy, though. Like, the breeze kept coming in. So, what? I forgot to turn off the volume on my phone. Sorry about that. My notifications, you probably can't hear it, but it's dinging and it's bugging me. I don't know who's trying to contact me right now. It's live time. I'm out of here. So I always find that I can never get I can't figure out. Okay, so maybe you guys can help me. Okay, so my phone notifications does text messages come under notifications or ring, right? So it's like I have media, ringtone, and notifications. But like sometimes it's like I want to turn off like regular notifications like text messages, but I want text messages and phone calls to come through, like especially if I'm like my daughter's out or whatever with friends. I need to know, right? And so then I never know if I turn down the notifications, then I'm not going to hear a text message come in, right? And if I don't hear the text message come in, but if I turn my notifications up, then I hear everything else coming in, and it's super annoying. So I don't know if anyone knows. I played around with it. If there's any way I can just get text message, if there's any way I can separate it, I don't know. I promise it's not me trying to... That's all right. Yes, Danny's done it to me before. It's my first... Okay, so you are in Albany, New York. I've actually never been to Albany, New York. Someday, maybe. I've been to Buffalo and New York, New York. Hey, happy Thursday. Welcome in. I'm assuming this is Monica because Eric is probably stressed, you know, getting ready for his live, right? He's got to get all ready and he doesn't have time to be on other people's lives. And welcome in, Katie. How are you? Welcome in. Haha, Danny. Yeah, she did that one time. I was like, dude, I'm live. She's like, oh, right. Sorry. I'm like, why aren't you in the chat? Get over here. Yes, we're assuming it's Monica. Yes, it's Monica. I'm flying out to Ohio. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think Eric's brave enough to come to the chat. Ohio. Oh my goodness. You're on a plane right now. Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that's right. Eric has to hold down the fort tonight. Very cool. How hot is it over there? Like, it's been blazing hot in Ohio, right? It's not like you're even going to get much of a cool down going up there, are you? Yikes. Yeah. My friend is hanging out with Eric tonight. Oh man, that's going to be fun. Okay, we'll be sure to tune in. Oh, that's going to be fun. We'll see if she can make Eric blush. That's always a good time. So Ohio, that's right. I forgot you have, yes, the trip. I want to go on a trip. Ohio is cool. It's 105 in Texas. But see, I thought like it was in the hundreds in Ohio area. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the southern part of the U.S. We were watching the news and I was just like, oh, like it looks bad down there. It's been pretty hot. I don't know if you guys are hotter than we are. We've been around like 87. I think we're supposed to be 88. It's going to be the high on Saturday. And then we're kind of dropping back down into the lower 80s, which I am perfectly fine with. Mid 80s is plenty hot. Flicker Hill Homestead, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, I don't need it any hotter than that. I'm happy with like mid 70s. Mid 70s to me is like absolutely perfect weather. You can go for a bike ride. You can go for a hike. You can work in the garden. Like I don't need it any hotter than that unless I'm going to the beach, right? And so then, yeah. Nope, absolutely not. Had tornado watch today, 91, I think. Oh no. Yeah, we were 93 yesterday, I think, or Tuesday. We were pretty hot the other day. We had tornado warnings around here. I didn't hear about it, but Scott told me when I was over on Rambling with the Brums earlier today. He's like, oh, by the way, there's tornado warnings in your area as well. I was like, oh. Yeah. I don't care what you think is behind it, whether it's man-made, a natural occurrence, whatever. The climate is changing. Time to think ahead. Yes, and Canada's looking better and better. That's all I gotta say. Canada is looking better and better. Hello, Candy. Oh, I love your channel name. That is so cute. Please send goats. Oh my goodness. I left Dallas at 1. It was 105. Gross. Hey, Cape Cod Life. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I enjoyed your video the other day when you made that delicious looking breakfast and those beets. Nice. I've only ever had red beets. I haven't had any of like the golden beets. How would you say the flavor is? Is it pretty similar? Is it more mild? I love beets, by the way. Yeah, we haven't had like last June, we had 3 weeks of just intense heat. And then we had like rain for the next like month. And so it was crazy weather. This year, it's been very cool and dry. And then this week it's gotten warm and fairly humid. But I'm not complaining because I know how bad it is everywhere else. Oh, nice. Yeah, some of the clouds have been pretty cool around here too. True. Same as red beets. Okay. Thank you. These are the Lantana that Dexter planted, and it's sideways, and I can't figure out how to rotate it in the app that I'm using, the snap camera lens thingy, and I forgot to try and flip it on my own. So they're sideways, but whatever, they're still pretty. They're really cool. I love these. Are my daughter, she's decided these are her new favorite flowers of the season, just because of the little, but it's very tiny. Like it's a very, very tiny plant. I've never grown Lantana here, but I've been kind of obsessed with Lantana after watching Jenny at Creekside Nursery. Is that what it's called? Creekside Nursery. She's down in North Carolina, and she talks about Lantana all the time. You're staying there. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, the farther south you go, the hotter and hotter and hotter it gets. It's kind of crazy, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. My parents have flown into Toronto National Airport. Oh, wow. London. I'm assuming London, England, not London, Ontario. I've made that mistake a few times. They're like, oh, yes, I'm going to London for the weekend. I'm like, for the weekend? Wow, that's pretty far to go for the weekend. Forgetting that there's a town called London, Ontario that's about 2 hours south of here. So I'm assuming they're going all the way to the UK, which actually talk about hot. The UK has been having crazy, crazy heat over there. Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. And apparently the big C is really big over there right now. I heard someone was saying today that it's like 1 in 7 people in the UK have it right now. So tell them to be very careful. You have a yellow lantana. Very nice. This was the only lantana I saw at the store, and I was like, ooh, I love it. And I probably would have chose these colors anyways because they're kind of my color scheme. But I would probably would have bought any lantana that I saw, to be honest, because I really wanted to try it. And then of course we haven't been very hot because I know lantana can really take the heat. So I thought, oh, that'll be cool, but whatever. So I haven't seen Nightbot. Has anyone seen Nightbot? Like, I loaded it up and I'm on it over here in this screen. And I don't know why it hasn't come into the chat, because I was going to tell you all to start to type in the word link and see if it will just type it. Yeah, I'll type it and see. Oh, it says lonk. Nope. Got to type properly. L-I-N-K. I can't even type. Hey, Kiki. Hey, welcome in. Yeah, no. I don't know where Nightbot is. Apparently Nightbot's been lurking. Okay, so Nightbot is in, so you can say the word link and it will drop your link. And then you can also type in the word weather and then your city or a nearby city if you don't want to reveal your location. And it will tell everyone in the chat your weather. So let's hope that works. Don't make a liar out of me, Nightbot. Okay, weather. Oh, here we go. See? We've dropped down to 84 degrees because it is 8, sorry. And a 13 mile per hour wind, and humidity has dropped. Oh, wow. It's really dropped 42%. That's good. Boston 85, and you're still pretty humid. Oh, this is cool. Nightbot was, it was. Yeah. Not doing its job. Or apparently Nightbot hadn't subscribed to me, was on the 5-minute subscriber only mode. Oh yeah, so I did want to mention, it was in my description. I don't know, does anyone ever read the descriptions in the live chat streams or anything? I don't know if anyone reads that or not ever. Yeah, so I had been gonna wait on my big celebration until I got my, hit my 4K and everything all together. And now I'm like, you know what? No, we're gonna just go ahead and do it next week. So next Thursday night, it's gonna be my big celebration partay on the live. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to play games. There's going to be some trivia. There's going to be some, hopefully maybe a panel. There could be some song trivia, all kinds of random stuff. It's going to be fun, and some giveaways. So yay. And I will be putting it on subscriber mode. I like that Monica did that on hers as well. So you don't just get a bunch of random people coming in that you don't really know, and then they win everything. You're putting on your hat. No link spamming. LOL. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to keep dropping it, right? Yeah. So I got the other chat coming up. It's weird. They're like, they have the YouTube chat and then the StreamYard chat, and they're not at the, comments come in at different times, right? Hey, Nicole, how are you? Welcome in. No one asking if they like gloves? No. Oh man, we haven't had the glove guy in a long time. Well, thank you very much. I just got my hair done. So, yeah, I was editing a video a couple weeks ago, and I turned around in the back and you could see the back of my head in the shot, and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I need a hair appointment. Bad. I hadn't realized how bad it had gotten. And right as I was editing that video, I messaged my hair lady, and I was like, okay, what can you do? It's that time again. I need to come on in. Hey, Chuck, welcome in. How are you doing? And so it's always very difficult to try and get a hair appointment because she's super busy and she has 3 girls, and it's summertime. So she, her schedule's kind of all over. And then my schedule's all over because I never know exactly when I'm working the next day or how long it's going to be, or in order to schedule an appointment. So both of us, I'll be like, okay, so what do you have available this week? She'll tell me the days and times. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll let you know as soon as I can. And so she's always very, very accommodating. She's super nice and oh, nice. Yeah, no, she's super nice. I love going to her. It was finally someone I found that like can handle my hair and doesn't like cry when they see it. Because I have very, very thin, very fine hair, and it's very tricky to work with. And it also, like, it tends to want to, when I get the highlights done, if they don't do it properly and tone it properly, they like to go like orange. So that's not the look I'm going for. So when I finally found this lady, she has a little setup in her basement. She's got like 2 chairs and the sink and everything. It's very nice. I'm super happy with her, so I keep going. And she's super accommodating, which is great. So, oh no. Oh no. Eee. Oh, that's, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It is not. It is not. No. William, don't say that. I don't know what you're referring to. Who's William? What? I don't know what's going on. Okay. I got 2 haircuts once at the same time. My first and last with that barber. Ooh. That's, yeah. Yeah, when you have the wrong, when you leave in tears, you know it's not right, right? I know, I'm like, okay, I hope I don't keep petting myself because it feels so soft. Like those fried, dry ends. My hair is very, very dry. And it's just like, ooh, I love a bob. Now, I had a bob for years. I had a nice angled bob. It was fun. It was sassy. And then COVID hit and it was way too hard to keep it short. And so I started growing it out. So this is like the longest my hair has been since my daughter was a baby. It used to be really, really short and I just kept it short. And so I'm actually kind of growing it out right now. So, but I love a bob. Like, I am a huge fan of Miss Fisher. I don't know if you ever watched Miss Fisher's Mysteries. It was a fun Australian mystery show that was set in the Roaring 20s in like Melbourne, Australia. It's a great show if you haven't watched it, if you enjoy like a good, kind of lighthearted, cozy mystery. But Miss Fisher, she's fabulous. And her wardrobe, like if you're into like that style of like the Roaring 20s, oh my gosh. The clothes, the costuming in that show is just, I would watch it just to see her hats. Like, it is amazing. Very, very well done. Okay, watch yourself there, Albany. All right. Yeah. So I didn't want to come. Smart. I don't know if I could wear, I don't know, like I've worn wigs, but I've only worn like cheap wigs for like Halloween, and I don't know if I could wear one for too long. If it would kind of drive me nuts, but I love wearing hats. So maybe if you just kind of get used to it, and if you spend more than, like $3.99 on the wig, it's probably a lot more comfortable and it probably breathes a little bit better too. So I'm assuming, yeah. Thank you, Danny, for taking care of that. I don't really know what was going on with that, but we shall move on. So yeah, I don't know if Bautissimo is going to come in or not, if he's just like hanging out. I don't really have anything set up with that though. Like, does it come in and say stuff randomly, or do you have to like, do you have to add stuff for it to say, like commands? Oh, I guess you have to like create commands. I don't know. I logged in and signed up for it, and then I've never used it. I know Scott uses it all the time, so I don't know, right? I think Chuck needs a bob. I'd like to see Chuck with a bob wig. I think you could pull it off. I went to another place to get it fixed, and the lady called everyone over to see it. Oh, yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. Yes. Oh. You know what? It'll be nice and fresh and easier to take care of, right? It's a headband wig, incognito. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that. But see, headbands give me a headache. I don't know if, I don't know. All right. So how is everyone's gardens doing this week? My tomatoes and my cucumber, everything is like grown like a foot. Like it is loving this heat that we are finally getting. And as long as I can keep everything watered well, I think we're going to have some good luck. Yeah. I'll sit down and try to figure out Nightbot before I'm doing regular lives again in the fall. Yeah. I mean, Nightbot seems to be working okay. Like, I don't really need it for a bunch of stuff. You get what you pay for, smart Alec, but she was sold, so I can't. Dang it! Oh, that's too bad. When you want to be snarky and you can't, and you feel guilty. Yeah. So, I gotta show you my... I don't know if anyone saw it. I posted it on my, what's it called? Community tab. Was that today or yesterday? About my watermelon. Did you want to see my watermelon plant? My gosh. So I'm watching everybody, like everyone's like, you know, harvesting their watermelon and tasting it. And then, yeah, I'll show you a picture of mine. I'll sit down and try to figure out, oh, my garden finally exploded. That yeah, this week, baby zucchini coming on. My Kajari melons look amazing. Oh, promising. Sorry. Gardens are grown well. Need to plant for fall this weekend. I started making market bouquets, which has been so fun. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like everything is so late. Like I did that one little tiny flower bouquet and that's it. Like I have nothing coming. I swear to God, every time I focus, I'm like, I'm going to grow more filler this year. I'm getting seeds for filler and blah, 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 blah. And then like for some reason, the filler just does nothing. And I never have any filler. Oh, I saw that in the video. Honestly, I don't know how far behind that video is. Like how many weeks ago you posted it. I mean, filmed it. But those were really amazing. You're going to need taller poles for those. Like they are way up there. Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. I was laughing so hard. I don't know if you guys saw Nicole's video today. She posted, well, she's setting up her sprinkler system and she has a couple of emitters that had come loose and they were just like spraying all across. I was laughing so hard. Yes. Thank you. I feel so much better now. Like it's so tiny. It's so tiny. I'll show you in just a minute once I figure out, so I downloaded the video. I didn't have time to get them all into the slides because I didn't get home from the hairdressers until like almost 7 o'clock. But she could fit me in this evening. I was like, as long as I'm home by 7, I'm good. So I slipped in and just had time to eat a little bit of leftovers and hop on. So I did download the photos because I took them on my camera. And so now I'm going to try and see if I can't share files. Okay, yes. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, those are the margaritas from the other night. You don't need to see that picture. Okay. For some reason, I think sometimes too, it doesn't let me, like it won't let me go to the next picture in a folder, which I don't know why, but I will show you. I'm just going to kind of go through what's on here just because it's easier than picking around. Our garden is gasping for breath. I'm so sorry to hear that, Chuck. I mean, you guys, it's just been crazy there. Absolutely crazy. I do wildflowers, field grass. Oh, very nice. Yeah. I've tried to do that too with some of the wild stuff growing back behind, but I always find I come home and I'm covered in bugs. I stepped in an anthill last year doing that, so that was kind of creepy. Your garden is lush. That's so nice. My flower vids don't get the same views though. Oh no. That's pretty much all mine are. Oh my God, that was funny. 3 weeks behind. Okay, no worries. And then, so I was watching her video and then partway through it, her 2 dogs start running up and down the fence barking at the neighbor's dogs. They're like all running on the fence barking. Oh my God, Dexter started freaking out. He's running, doing laps in the living room. He's barking like a maniac. And then he kept running and looking out the window because the TV is like right between the windows. And so he's like jumping up on the other couch, trying to look out the window. Like trying to find these dogs. And he was so worked up that he's on the back of the other couch pacing and barking. And then he sees himself in the big mirror behind it and starts barking. And I'm like, dude, that's you. Like, you know, that's you. You've seen yourself in the mirror before. Calm down. He was just absolutely going bananas. So Dexter wants to come see Chloe, I think. Yeah. You know what? I don't have anything timed in our garden, but we've set up the sprinkler over for the neighbor, and it's on a timer, and it comes on every morning at like 5 in the morning, and it's amazing. And I really wish we could set up something in our system, but my husband doesn't want like an actual sprinkler spraying. There's certain plants I don't want, you know, hose water getting on the leaves if it can be avoided. So I don't want to do sprinklers like that. And with the hill, I can't really do drip irrigation. So, yeah, it's a funny video if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen Danny's video, then you'll know why she's worried about her haircut. So that's really exciting news. So go check her video out too after. Ew, yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful out there when you're doing that. And then ours, you know, there's like raccoons and skunks and all that back there, so you have to be careful. Battery operated automatic waters. You just hook it up to a hose and set it. Yeah, the one we have for the neighbors is like it's got 2 hoses, so one we can just use to water, hand water, and then the other one's set up on the sprinkler. They work great. I think we got it at Costco. And I can't remember if it's digital or not, to be honest. Because that was interesting when Nicole was talking about the digital one. I mean, here it's probably, well, we're more likely to have to worry about it with the cold weather, right? So, okay. So anyways, back to the pictures. So this here is my cucamelon. So it's coming up here and it's going do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And so it's almost at eye level now. And I don't know if you remember last week, it was barely up here. So that's really exciting. Oh, it's going to let me scroll through. Yay. My loofah is getting big. I'm super excited. I didn't know if I'd get any off of it this year or not. I didn't last year because it died when we got snow on May 28th. It just killed the plant. So this plant's been doing pretty good. I've been getting quite a few little blooms on it. It's not as big of a plant as I would hope, but it's got some fruit. So very exciting. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. I'd take bunnies over coyotes any days. Although maybe the coyotes are looking for the bunnies. Hopefully they won't bother you. Okay. Oh, so here, this is, I believe, Mary's cherry. Look at this tomato. This plant. It's in this small little grow bag with 2 cucumbers, kale, and another tomato. And it is huge. It's probably like close to 3 feet tall, and it's got all these branching on it. And since it's a dwarf tomato, I have not been doing any pruning whatsoever because they say not to prune off suckers or whatever like that on a determinant. So we shall see. And then my beans have been doing really good. I need to go out actually and harvest some more. I was going to do that today, but that didn't work out. So probably tomorrow night I'll go out and I'll harvest everything and give everything a nice dose of fertilizer once it cools down in the evening. Get it ready for a nice big day Saturday. So here's a plant you can see again. It's doing really well here. And then here's a different tomato plant. So this one I believe is Mary's cherry. And this one is Sean's. It's always amazing to me how different the tomato plants can be, right? Like there's the shape of the leaves and the color on it. So this is a much darker green color leaf than this one is, but they're both doing really well. And then I have beans on either side and some kale in here and my nasturtiums. So this little section seems to be doing really well. And I'm really glad I grabbed these. Those are those big round grow bags that I got at the dollar store for $4. They're 2 feet in diameter and 8 inches high. And I don't like to plant food along this fence because it's the old pressure treated. And so this way I'm actually able to use that space for growing food. Now, this tomato plant is packed full of tomatoes over here. And it is called a Leprechaun dwarf tomato. And I was doing my seedling sale and giveaway in the spring. And one of the ladies who came to get some of the alyssum that I was giving away, she had seen me talking about my dwarf tomatoes and everything. She's like, "Oh, have you tried the Leprechaun dwarf tomato?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, I have an extra one." So she brought me that as a gift. So that was really nice. And I'm really excited to see what happens. Like I'm seeing all this coloring up on the shoulders here. It's supposed to be like a nice medium-sized red tomato. And there's like, you can't even see it in this picture, but there's like a ton on there that are getting ready to go. And this plant is only like maybe 2.5 feet tall. How fast do lupus grow? I planted some about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Probably shouldn't get into, okay. It's possible. It's possible. So I usually start my plants indoors in February and then, I plant them out, probably, end of May, beginning of June. But sometimes I've had fruit on them, in July. I've had them give me fruit in July, August, September. So if you've been warm enough, it's worth a shot. If not, you at least have a beautiful vining plant, and you'll know better to start sooner next year. Up to 2, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's why up here in the north we start them in February. So yeah, if you do get where's your this thing keeps moving. Where do you put? Yes. So here's the thing. If you get the small ones, you can eat them because it is also known as Chinese okra. So I cooked some up last year in a stir fry, and they weren't like super exciting, but they were decent. So yeah, if they're not going to get big enough to full size and you have a frost coming, cut them. And if they're, I think it's like less than 8 inches long or whatever, then you can go ahead and cook them up. If they're bigger than that, you might want to bring them in and let them try drying. I don't know. I think they get a little bitter if you let them, if you try to eat them that long. I don't know. Yeah, it just depends on the year, right? Last year we didn't get a frost until first week in November as well, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I probably never will bother with sweet potatoes here. I find they're cheap enough in the store, and I don't have the real estate for it and the space and the time and everything, right? So, oh, I don't think I took a picture of them recently. I'll have to see if I have a picture of my onions, but they're actually, the stalks are getting really thick, so I'm hoping they're bulbing up under there. I'm really excited. So yeah, this is my watermelon. So I started the seeds indoors in, I think it had to be end of April, beginning of May. Might have been beginning of May, because I knew it was like, oh, you're supposed to start them like 2 or 3 weeks before you plant them out, kind of a thing. And yeah, it's getting full sun, it's getting lots of water, and that is my watermelon. You know, we just haven't had any heat. And actually this little leaf here, oh, where'd my mouse? This little leaf here just came out like this last week. So I'm hoping that this heat we've had this week, it's going to go banana pants, as Miss Nicole would say. Oh, and here's a very blurry shot of the cuttings that I took off of my Tasmanian chocolate tomato plant, which is not doing very good up on the hill. It's looking pretty rough. So I did take some of the suckers and stuck them in the ground to see if I can get something off of them. We'll see. Oh, this is a better shot. And my okra! I'm so excited. So this is okra. It's doing all right. And then back here I have some Malabar spinach. So these are in one of the other grow beds. I do have, look at this. This is my onion. So I don't know if you saw my onion harvest video last year. It was really, really sad. They were supposed to be Walla Walla sweets, and they were like, I had 2 that were like this big. And that was it of all the onions I did. And so then this year I was like, I'm trying again. I'm going to do my onions. Blah, 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 blah. And so I started my seeds, and I had 3 germinate. I had 3 of the Walla Walla sweet seeds germinate. And so I planted the 3 of them in this bed. So this one here is the Walla Walla sweet. And then I did another row. So I have the 3 spread out in there. And then I have a roll here. These are just the green onions in front of it. So I'm hoping, but this looks kind of like I'm trying not to dig around or mess with them. And I don't know when I'm supposed to harvest them. I don't want to disturb them too soon. But it looks like, does not look like it's kind of getting a little chunky. Oh, can you see that? Let me see. I can make it. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So here, it's looking like it's bulbing up a little bit, right? I don't know if I can I zoom in? Oh, I can. Okay, here, so let's zoom in here. Nope, let's try this. There we go. Okay. See? We're getting some shape on it, right? I think so. I think it looks good. Hey, the chicken. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks so much for coming in. Banana pants. Yes. I did feed it. I do feed it. I'm fertilizing everything. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like what I'm fertilizing. This is my sugar baby. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, this is my sugar baby. So it germinated fine indoors, but yeah. What's the biggest sucker y'all ever rooted? A friend got gardening too late this year and is hoping. I think it's in one of these pictures. I took one off that was probably, it could have been close to 2 feet. And I kind of cut it and then stuck it in the soil right in front of the other tomato plant to see if it worked. And it's doing just fine. I have no idea. I know. And I knew that, but I already had so many in the package. And I was like, I don't want to have to buy new seeds. Because I'd been kind of disappointed that it hadn't bulbed up on me the first year. So I didn't buy any. I will be buying more this year, especially if these work out. Because I'm really excited about the Walla Walla sweets because I haven't had them in ages. Okay, yay. Thank you. It's bulbing. I can't bulb anything around here. None of my radishes bulbed this year. Yeah. Jenny, can you write any size sucker? Right. Pull it off for 42 day. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this back to a reasonable size. Ooh, okay, that was fun. And next picture, my cucumber. So I think they're doing good. They're doing good. Yeah, so I redropped seeds, what was it, 3 weeks ago now? And they came up and they're doing their thing. My section along the fence that I have all my greens in those buckets, I'm pulling them out. The greens have started to get bitter. The lettuce is bolting, so I'm going to be pulling out most of the lettuce out of those buckets. I have a few that I've already dropped new seeds in that I'll be careful not disturbing those. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to move one of these cucumbers into one of those buckets because I do have lettuce right behind it. And then I'm going to take, speaking of the tomato suckers, I'm going to take some of those tomato suckers out of the grow bags because I cannot grow them there. Like they're just going to it'll be crazy. And I'm going to put them, I think, in the buckets on the other side. So these are the buckets. I didn't realize I had a picture right after. That was convenient. So these are the buckets that I'm going to be pulling out. You can see that they're just starting to, they've had their time. They're starting to go. So it's time for them. But here's my grow tower. It's going amazing. Tons of fresh cherry tomatoes every day on this thing, which Dexter is starting to get a little demanding over. So I harvested some tomatoes up at the top of the hill and they were different varieties and I wasn't sure. They're not labeled. And so I wasn't sure exactly which ones they were and how they were going to taste. And so I was holding them in my hand while I was watering. And he was jumping up on my leg trying to get to the tomatoes. I'm like, no, these are not for you. You can have one of the ones on the deck. You can have the Tiny Tims. You don't get these ones. So, and one of them was so good. It was a yellow one. It was absolutely delicious. And my daughter tasted it. She's like, oh my God, it tastes like it's almost been like rolled in sugar. It's so sweet. It's definitely not the same as the Golden Balcony, which are the other yellow ones we've had. So I'm not sure which one it is. I got to double check and see which of the ones I'm growing are also yellow tomatoes. I'm pretty sure Gold Nugget is a yellow tomato. Makes sense. But I have also, what was it? Sean's and Mary's Cherry. I think the one I think is Mary's Cherry is pretty big sized tomatoes on it, so I'm not sure if the labeling is off or not, but yeah, try it. I mean, one way to find out, right? Yes. Where am I at? Oh, here we go. I planted large suckers and they work just fine. Just be sure to keep the soil wet until, yeah, soak them. Well, hopefully we'll find the picture soon. My bell peppers. So these are my red bell peppers. I have 3 fairly decent sized on there. They're probably about 2 inches big right now. So I'm excited to see how big they get. This is my poblano. It's looking lovely. And I have a handful on there. And I don't know what's going on with this tomato plant. There's just like a couple leaves that are doing this. I keep forgetting I got to cut some of them off. It's looking weird. I don't know. That plant is constantly draining out. Okay. So this is, I'm pretty sure, a purple jalapeno. After tasting it, it tastes like a jalapeno, but I picked it and it was still like really dark purple and it tasted very raw, fresh. I don't know. It tasted raw, like green peppery, but with the heat of a jalapeno. And then I came out a couple days later and some of the ones that were on there first are now going green. So I don't know, like, I don't know anything about jalapenos. I just noticed that today. I was like, what? That one's turning green. So maybe they turn green when they're ripe. I don't know. Green taste, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't taste ripe. These are my mango seedlings. So this was the first set of leaves down here, and then they grew up about 3 inches, and now they have a whole nother set coming. So it's doing really well. I'm wondering if I should move it to the front or not, but I don't know. So these are my Coleus in the backyard in the pot, and they're doing just fabulous. I might prune these soon, actually, and kind of root those. But oh, there's my shorts. Oops, sorry. No, stop. No one wants to see that. That's that was a shorts video I did for Instagram about my video I did on Sunday. Okay, so those are that set of pictures, and then I went through, and I do have a whole nother one. So I think this one should have the oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna share this. Here we go. This is what I come down to this morning. Like, he's laying like this with his leg. Like, what are you doing, buddy? He's like, yeah. It's like my bed's not big enough. He's got his leg hanging off. What a weirdo. Hey, welcome in, Lydia. Whoop, whoop. Nice to see you in here. So you can get dark from the sun, then when ripened can get lighter green again. They come out dark purple. Like, as they start growing, they're super, super, like, almost black, dark purple. Yeah, Dexter's a mess. So here, oh, this was exciting. I come out this morning, and I don't know if you can see here, but the morning glories have started blooming. So this is just the basic wild morning glory. And oh my gosh, look at that, my Cosmo. I hadn't even seen it. I didn't even see the Cosmo bloom this morning when I was out watering. I was so excited about the morning glories. So the morning glories are doing good. The straw flowers are blooming like crazy, and even the snapdragons are starting. But you can see here that my I was going to say Glen Williams. Nope. Sweet Williams are starting to fade out. And so I'm going to be doing a video probably coming up doing some more garden and maintenance, and I'll be deadheading and saving seeds because these are all opening up and they're dropping. So I got to get out there quick to save as many seeds as I can. Jalapenos sometimes get purple because of cold snap, and they will go green and then ripen to red generally. I don't. Do you think it's just because it was too cool that the regular jalapenos are dark purple? Like the plant. Well, the plant was like purple to start with, like from inside when I started the seeds. So that's why I thought it was my Buena Mulata. And then when it first started, it was putting out little purple peppers. And I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely got to be the Buena Mulata. And then they got kind of chunky. And I'm like, oh, nope, that's a jalapeno. So I don't know. Hey, Krubby, welcome in. How are you? So this was the garden this morning. It was just looking nice and pretty. And my Rudbeckia opened. So Rudbeckia is considered a cool flower, which means I was able to plant this baby out back in April, and it was tiny, and I planted these out. So cool flowers you can generally plant out 6 weeks before your last frost date, which means I started the seeds at least 6 weeks prior to that. So 12 weeks before my last frost date, I started these seeds. So I've been staring at this plant for months and months and months, waiting for it to bloom. And it finally opened up this morning. So that was very exciting. So I had this opened up, and the regular morning glories, and then my first heavenly blue morning glory opened up. So all the other morning glories in the yard self-seed, come back every year. I pull tons of them out because they are pretty aggressive and obnoxious, but I love them. But this year I did start a few of the heavenly blue morning glory. It's a much different shade of blue, and it's a larger bloom. These have never self-seeded for me ever. I wish they would, but they don't. And these seeds, I started 4 of them just to see if they would work because they were from like a packet that said 2008 on them. And I was like, I'll throw 4 of them in some, 4 little soil blocks, see what happens. And they sprouted. So I have one of them in this hanging basket, and I have the other one in another hanging basket. So it'll be nice to see those blooming soon. So I do not. I am really, really, really bad with houseplants. I kill them. I actually killed like 3 aloe vera the year before last. I tried really hard and I tried to just ignore them. I'm not overwatering. I don't know what's going on. No, I don't do well with houseplants. I have successfully overwintered a hibiscus 2 years in a row, and I successfully-ish overwintered my Diplodania last year. I can grow stuff from seed starting like in January, no problem. But for some reason, something to do with houseplants, it's just, they hate me. I don't know. This is my, Bianca. So I would thought they were a cherry tomato, but these are like this right here. This one down here is maybe the size of a cherry tomato. These are much larger. So I'm not sure what's going on. They're just a larger tomato than I had anticipated. These are called Candy Sweet, and I'm really excited about that. This variety. I'm hoping that they're super, super just sweet and delicious. They're putting on these beautiful bunches. Is that what you call them? Bunches of tomatoes? Branches of what do you call this? It's a bunch of grapes. Is it a bunch of tomatoes? I don't know what you call them. But yeah, they're loaded with these. Nothing's gone red yet, so I haven't tried them. I have tried some off of my Sweetie cherry tomato, and they're kind of like really, really acidic. I don't know. I'm not in love with them as just like a popping cherry tomato. Clusters, truss, all right. Clusters, whatever they are beautiful. This is my basil, my Siam. I'm really excited to see the nice big flowers on there. Truss, all right. Okay, so here, Danny. So this is my Brandywine sucker that I stuck in the bag. So I did that back when I strung up the tomatoes that day. I took this sucker off and I stuck it in the ground, and it's doing really well. I did 3 of them, and I just stuck them in. I didn't do anything fancy. I stuck them in and just made sure I kept them watered. And here's my beautiful little Jewels of Opar plant with the flower stem. You can hardly see it, but it's getting the flower stems. Those seeds were from Miss Nicole. Oh, Nicole. Oh, I'm like, why is she saying hi to herself? I didn't see the other Nicole come in. Hi, welcome in, Nicole. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I was like, okay, how much have you been? How far into that box are you, Nicole? No, never mind. Sorry, my bad. I swear it's just water. But I did have some of my cold brew today, and it was really, really strong. So I was like, woo! I'm like coffee buzz. I read a couple pieces that broke off by accident last week, and they were nice. That happened to one of mine when I was stringing it up. It wouldn't snap, and I was like, oh. So, oh, here's a shot of the garden. It's finally really starting to take off and do well. So I'm happy with that. Cannas are starting to perk up a little bit. The heat. Oh, I don't know if you can see it here, but here. Oh, did I have my pointer in the right spot? Oh, you can see it. Okay. Let me zoom in. Let me see. Okay, so here, oh, I gotta take this comment off of here, sorry. So here I have, down here is the base of it, but this is my birdhouse gourd, and it's climbed up. So last week it was just here, and now look at it. Like, it's just, like, I wound it this way, and it's all the way over here and then turning back. And then there's another section that's going up over here. And then there's, like, another section that's going up this way. It's, like, crazy. It's, like, super happy. So that was also a seed from Nicole Smith Gardening. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, why can't I find my arrows anymore? Is that the last picture in the series? Maybe that's why. Oh. Yes, that is why. So those were all the pictures that I took this week. Seems like I took a lot more than that, but that's where the garden is at right now. And yeah, I showed you the other ones, right? Yep. I'm just looking through really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. So, oh, I should show you this one, but I'm not telling you where it's at. My husband's like, don't tell everyone where this is at. But this is where we went yesterday. Where is it at? Why isn't it? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I will tell you it's Lake Ontario. But here's a picture from just as we'd all packed up and we were ready to go, and then we were, oh my gosh, is that the, oh my gosh, that is him. Okay, so this is this older couple that were walking the beach, and he's wearing a Speedo. That is a thong Speedo. And he's like, I don't know if it's exactly this couple or not, but no, because they don't have their cups. They were very elderly. And she was just wearing a regular swimsuit, but he was wearing like this thong Speedo, no shirt on, carrying around these, like, they were carrying these like giant like cocktail glasses, walking the beach, and he had to like stop and say hi to everyone. But the guy, like, he had to like, he does look like Bigfoot the way he's walking, but he had to stop and say hi to everybody. It's like, you know what? If you want to, you know, dress how you want on the beach, you want to wear your, you know, skimpy little thong Speedo and walk down the beach. But you know what? Don't like force everyone to stop and talk to you. Like, come on. It was a little, you know, yeah. You only have one plant, not 10 million. That's odd. Yes, because that's my first year. So, next year I think I will have, yeah. Well, you know what? I might try to be careful, and, I'm growing them for the cut flowers. So hopefully, I mean, I'll save some of the seeds from them, but I'm hopefully going to try and harvest as many seeds as I can and save it so that they don't go absolutely crazy. And they might not hear, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe they're not, it's cold. I don't know. Maybe they, I don't know. I don't know. They're going to come up and they're going to be all in my tomato planters. Oh no. Yeah. Yes, obviously. Thank you. They were living their best life. Speedo thong. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was quite interesting. It was so funny. Okay. So I'm sitting on the, I'm napping on the paddleboard, right along the edge of the beach. And I just kept my foot in the water just to keep me from drifting away. But I'm laying there, got my hat over my face, just relaxing. And there was these kids playing. So this right here, I don't know if you can see, like, it's more shallow, but here, let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, I'm not zooming in on Bigfoot. We'll go over here. If you can see, this is kind of like a sandbar. It's actually above the water part of it. So these kids were sitting out, playing, and there were these two boys, and they were probably about 8 or 9, and they were explaining this Speedo thing to their friends, these girls. They're probably all around like 8, 9, 10. And they're like, did you see him? And he's just like, yeah, like, it was just like right in his butt. Like, it just was right in his butt. And you could see his cheeks. You could see both cheeks. Like, they were going on and on. And they were like so horrified and so disturbed. And I was just trying not to laugh. I was like, oh my God. I shall do my best, Nicole. I shall do my best. Well, fortunately, I was building my very fancy... Oh, do I have a picture of it? I think I did bring the GoPro, and I did a bit of filming, but not a ton. Like, you know, we were there with friends and family, so I didn't want, like, anyone to see too much of it. But I think I did show my very cool sandcastle. So fortunately, at least I was, like, you know, busy with the sandcastle, and I had seen them coming, but I was like, my back was even to them, and I was like focused on my work. And so it would have been very easy for them to just, you know, have walked on by. Like, we weren't going to be making eye contact because I'd seen them coming from a ways. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, he deliberately kind of stopped and was like, hello, just to make sure that I, you know, like, looked up and glanced or whatever. I was like, really, dude? Okay, yeah. I don't know. I was like, eyes are up here, buddy. Eyes are up here. Yeah, it was a little awkward. And then there were two kind of, I don't know, mid teenage girls that were wearing thongs as well. And these kids were they could not handle it. I was just cracking up listening to them trying to describe what they were wearing. They were just so disturbed. Yes. Oot and a boot. Yes. I don't know. It's probably going to just be a very short video. Because honestly, no one wants to see me paddleboarding. Nope. That would be on more on like America's Funniest Home Videos. It was so breezy. Like it was really choppy and windy. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to try standing up on this thing today. No. And so I just kind of kneeled around, and the girls just like to go on it, basically to jump off of it. So they just push it out until the water is like chest high, climb on, and then jump off, or dive. Their diving needs a lot of work. So that's basically what they were doing with it. I just kind of was on my knees drifting about with it. And then I decided to kind of take a nap. It was really relaxing, super comfortable. I had my eyes, this came up when I was saying it, my eyes, I know. Oh, yeah, I know I should have said, well, it kind of reminded me of one of my mom's favorite jokes was there was this couple of older ladies, and they were at a nursing home, and they were sitting around talking about, all the things that they, had done in their lives and things that they, wanted to do and never had a chance to do. And so one of them had said that she always wanted to streak. She always wanted to go streaking, never done it. And so the other lady's like, well, what are we waiting for? If we don't do it now, we'll never do it. So they decided to streak through the nursing home. And so they did. And there were these two older gentlemen sitting there, and they're like, what? They're like, what was that? And he goes, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it needed to be ironed. So that's all I could think of was that joke when he walked by. So it was probably not the reaction he was hoping for, but whatever. Yeah. I remember seeing a lot of that in Florida, a lot more than you do around here. But there's always, and it's funny because I've seen them before. Like we go back to this beach pretty much every year, and I've seen them a few different times. Yeah. Hey, Frosty Lone Wolf, how are you? Oh no, not again. You know what? I'll grow the mangoes, you grow the avocados, okay? That's too bad. Yeah, I like that joke. It's a funny joke. Hey, Nightbot, are you still in here? If you want, I forgot to mention recently, if you want your link dropped, just type in the word link. And if Nightbot's still here and hasn't like abandoned me, then he should pop up your link. But my mango seeds got moldy. Yeah. Oh, you have 2 left. Okay. How many did you start with? We like, for some reason, mangoes are like on sale here. We can get a box of mangoes is $6.99, which is crazy cheap. So my husband, every time he goes to the store, he comes home with a box of mangoes. So we've been eating a lot of mangoes, and I keep saying, "Ooh, I should just keep cutting them open and starting seeds." And they're like, "Stop!" So I'm getting a little crazy with that, but I'll probably do more of that in the spring and see how big we can get these plants. But I'm interested to see just how big they'll get this year. They're not in a very big container, so I don't know. I'm tempted to move them out front, but then I'm afraid they'll die because everything out front is dying. Nothing is doing well in the front yard. My front yard is a mess. It looks hideous. Most things are not hardly any larger than they were when I planted them. Like they're not filling in, they're not spreading out. It's, I don't know. It's very sad. I'll be doing a video, hot mess, dumpster fire video, and you guys can all give me some suggestions on what to do. I might pull some of my, Coleus planters that I have in the back. I've done a few different shade planters that I have in the back on. I might pull those out and put them in the front. I don't know if it's just, it hasn't been hot enough. I don't know if it's not getting enough water. I'm fertilizing. I don't know. I know it probably does need more water, and I don't know. I'm kind of fed up with it, and I'm frustrated because I wasn't happy with it last year, but at least I had a bunch of stuff in there blooming, but it was just kind of all chaotic. So I didn't plant as much. And I grew my Coleus from seed, and I planted quite a few in the front garden, and it's not gotten very big. And then I gave my friend who just lives up the street, about 6 of them, and we put them in her front yard, and they look amazing. They're like way bigger and prettier and better than the ones in my front yard. And I'm very upset about it. Yeah, I'm tempted to go steal them back. I don't know what's going on. I don't have peroxide to reduce the mold on it. You don't have peroxide? You can't get it? Here you can buy hydrogen peroxide at the dollar store. So check Dollar Tree if you have one nearby. They should have it there. She did. She did. She posted her new sprinkler blog. Yep. Krubby might enjoy it. Dexter loved it. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's mainly more the... I never had a problem with my avocado seeds getting moldy either. They just didn't do anything. They did not grow. I'm tempted to try it again and do it in a in the baggie and do the same method as I did the... But then it's like I'm getting so late in the season that even if I do get it to grow, I don't know. So yeah, I'm really bummed out about my front yard. I do have a dwarf hosta that I'm thinking of maybe moving to the front because it's really lost in the backyard. It's right behind my irises and right between my irises and hibiscus. So you can't really see it anyways where it's at. And so I might move that to the front. I do have 2 dwarf hostas in the front already. The other one's too close to the front and it's getting covered by the violas. So I think I'll move that, and I think I'll add the new other one there. My spiderwort does really well in the shade, but I'm afraid to move spiderwort there because it's pretty obnoxious. It's hard to get rid of once you put it in, and I don't want it taking over. I don't know. Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. But they're doing beautiful in the baskets and the hanging pots. And you know what? We're having trouble with the grass out front too. And my husband's watering it, and it's not doing well. So I don't know if there's something going on. And he put fresh soil out there. I don't know. There's just something. The front yard is not happy. Mangoes, seeds, I heard is easy. Yeah. Especially if you don't get all of that like papery stuff off of it. Yeah, Miss Nicole's like pumping out. She did all her filming and now she's finally getting around to editing. So she's going to be pumping out a lot of videos. Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be kind of very particular. So, I don't know what else you could use that would be safe. Maybe cinnamon. That might have... Hey, Duval, City Gardener, how are you doing? She grew 3 mango trees from seed. It's been 2 years and they're 3 feet tall. That is amazing. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm hoping I can keep it alive. And if it's doing well, I'll try and overwinter it. I just don't do very good with overwintering. But my Diplodynia is doing good. It's finally alive. I've almost killed it like 3 times. I thought it was dead. It was just sticks. And then it started leafing out again. No flowers on it yet, but it's super healthy and it's got tons and tons of leaves. And Dexter tried eating it today. He's like bit it. I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm growing way too many. Oh, I'm growing way too many fruit trees. Oh no. Is that such a thing? Is that possible? Reason I'm not getting notifications from your channel. Ah, that's weird. Maybe you have to go and click your notification bell again. Sometimes it gets adjusted. I find it's hard to keep on top of filming and editing also while doing so many big I know, right? I know, it's hard. It's really hard. That's why sometimes it'd be like, man, I wish I could just do like a live while I'm doing like garden maintenance. Because then it's like you can work and chat and do it all at the same time and not have to edit after. I find if I just do like quick tours, that's what I was doing last year, is I was doing a lot of like quick garden updates to post, and then I never get around to editing it. And then by the time I edit it, I'm like, oh, well, it's way bigger than that. And so I'd go out and refilm it. And so then a lot of those I wasn't using. So I've decided this year I'm not filming any, like, that's why I'm kind of doing these weekly updates on my lives. I'm doing more reels on Instagram with those kind of things, and then saving it for, I'm going to, like, when I do my garden tour. So I'll probably be doing that in the next week, my July garden tour. And then, you know, hopefully it looks like something's happening there. You might not see the front yard in the July garden tour. It might just be the backyard. Honestly, 2 of my front planters are doing pretty good, but my urn, it got hit by the wind so bad that I had to take off a lot of the leaves off the canna lilies, and they're not getting that big in there. And I don't know, the petunias aren't that happy. I think it just hasn't been hot enough for a lot of those. So, yes. Yeah, it's really hard to keep up with all of it. Well, because I won't have room for every... I know. Well, you know, maybe you can give them away or just keep the ones that are doing the best. It's hard to give them away or cull your plants. I know. Yeah. I know. Have a drink. Relax is all that I published this week. Okay. You know what? I did the garden tours. Like some weeks it's like, oh my goodness, I have a harvest video that I filmed like 2 weeks ago, and like everything we ate, it's gone. And I still haven't edited it. It wasn't a super long video, but it was like the beans and a few other things. Yeah, I know it's really hard. I find this time of year, it's a little tricky for me to come up with content, so much, because like everything's been planted. But nothing's looking that fantastic yet for like actual tours. Not getting a ton to harvest yet. So, you know, but, fortunately we had the lovely little, garden, tour that I did last week at the Lucy Maud Montgomery Gardens, and then the Willow Park Ecology Center little trail we took, and Dexter had a great day. It was the same day. I divided up into 2 different videos, but, that one wasn't as hard to edit. Some of them it takes forever to edit, because it's like I'll just set the camera up and let it run, and then it's like I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I got to crop this stuff out and all this and that, and you know, the camera crashes. Dexter's a maniac, you know. Where are we at? So now the pineapple plants I will take care of. Okay, there we go. Hey, G Mama Grows, how are you tonight? Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Your garden is doing nicely. I watched your little reel over on Instagram. So if you don't follow G Mama over on Instagram, you really should, because she's got a great little Instagram channel going on over there. She posts a lot more on there than she does on Facebook, whatever this is, YouTube. Oh my goodness, my mind must have been the fumes. G Mama's saying hello to everyone. So are you harvesting what are you harvesting this week, everybody? For me, harvesting, I will be able to get some herbs. Whatever this is. Welcome in. Yeah, so I'll be able to get some herbs, a handful of tomatoes, hopefully some of these jalapenos, the purplish green jalapenos, and beans, lots of beans. And then I'm going to get some seeds. So I got to start harvesting seeds from my lupins already. So it's going to be in a video. Lupins, maybe some calendula. It looked like there was a few that were ready to go. I'll probably be deadheading a lot of calendula as well, because they bloom like crazy, and I got to deadhead them to keep them blooming. And then I have to harvest the seeds off of my Sweet Williams. Fortunately, I think probably enough of them have sprinkled down to start new plants and just kind of keep going and going. And all the lettuce is coming out, so I'm going to be transplanting stuff into those containers, and then I'll be dropping more lettuce seed. I'm going to be doing more of the Paris Island Cos, because it's supposed to be able to take the heat of the summer better, so we shall see. A few small turnips and blueberry. Ooh, nice. Tons of flowers and herbs for the market. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love watching flower market videos. I watch, and I see Nicole over there. I watch You Can't Eat the Grass, and Nicole at Flower Hill Farm, and Jessie at oh gosh, what's her Living on a Prayer Flower Farm. Her videos are hilarious. She is so funny. If you don't watch her videos, you really should. She just this is only her 2nd year flower farming, and she is down in Louisiana, so she's, you know, her climate is completely different than mine, but she's just absolutely hilarious and very real in her filming. So your squash plants are quite big. That's awesome. You harvested oh, I gotta harvest more stevia. Okay. Stevia, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, okra, tomatoes, peppers, and collards. Wow. Nice. I think I saw that. Was it either on YouTube or Instagram? I think I saw some of that. You picked your first slice for tomatoes. Nice. Beans, greens, more beets. Beautiful. Yeah, it's starting. It's starting. I don't plan on seeing any of my regular indeterminate tomatoes, like the full-size beefsteaks, anytime soon, but they are starting to grow. I saw a couple baby Brandywines are getting started. So yeah, I'm super happy that I did all of I just noticed my color dropped. So let me turn on my ring light. There we go. It's like all of a sudden I'm looking a little blue. Yeah, so the dwarf tomatoes, just, oh my gosh, it's been an absolute game changer for a northern climate garden. Like it's just, I will never not grow dwarf tomatoes. Like, it's amazing. I went to mail you some seeds, but I gotta go back. I gotta fill out customs and grab more cash. I had no idea I haven't. Oh gosh, no. Just throw them in an envelope with a card and just stick them in an envelope with a card and throw it with a regular stamp on it. Don't do the whole package thing. It'll go through. It's not a problem. I do it all the time. I don't fill out. No, not just for seeds like that. I appreciate it though, but I think you should be able to get away with it if you just get a card like at the dollar store and just put the seeds inside of that and just put it like you were mailing a card. It should be fine. My squashes are flowering. Oh, yay. Yeah, so I have the one baby loofah, saying kind of crubby. I've been trying for a year to grow beets. Only got one last year. Well, that's awesome. Because I can't get anything that bulbs. So super excited about my onions. It'll be my first time with an actual root vegetable that's actually growing. Yeah, that's why I've kind of not tried to grow radishes. I mean, like the daikon or turnips. Yeah, for sure. The only time I'll go and do the whole packet thing is if they don't fit in a regular envelope. I sent a huge care package of seeds to E3 Farmstead. And I think there was 40 seeds, 40 different seed packs. I went a little crazy because she wanted to start growing some flowers and all this and that. So I was like, oh, I have some. So I went through everything I had and I sent them out. That had to go into a packet and I had to fill out a customs form and everything for that. But I mean, you didn't hear that from me, but it should work just fine. When I've sent out my seeds, when I do seed swaps to the US, yeah, that's going to be exciting. Just tastes so much. But my husband is watching me complain about my tiny watermelon. And he comes home from the store with this giant watermelon for $2.99. He's like, why are you bothering? I'm like, I just want to say that I did. So, right. Try this fall. Sometimes there's too much nitrogen. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not adding any nitrogen to them. Honestly, last year I was so frustrated with the radishes that I tried fertilizing them. I put on some 10-52-10. I thought, oh, this will help, right? Nope. They just went to seed. Yeah. I mean, you just buy a stamp, padded envelopes at least. Yeah. Oh, it's expensive. Anything to Canada is expensive. Anything that I put in a padded, a mailer, I'm looking at a minimum of $15 out of Canada. If I'm, and that's within Canada or to the US. Whereas if I just put a stamp on it, I'm looking at $1 something, right? These are Lantana. And the plant itself is this big. So these are just really blown up large, as my backdrop. But they're super cute. So yeah, Lantana, we don't have a lot of Lantana around here, just probably because we don't need it, because it's something that grows in really nice hot climates. But a lot of times hanging baskets, we will have verbena, which is a very, very similar looking plant, but it's an annual, whereas I believe Lantana in the south is a perennial, but I'm not counting on this coming back. Just gonna say. I will be checking to see if I get any seeds. I don't know. I don't know if it'll seed on me or not, if it's sterile or anything like that, but gold beets are wicked quick. Oh, okay. Hopefully not as quick as radishes, which seem to take me a year to grow. Thank you. I really like them. My daughter has chosen these as her favorite flower this year. Watermelon plants, I don't know. I mean, they were much bigger than my seedling that I had that died off, but I still don't know if it'll grow fruit by the end of the summer. When is your average first frost date? Frosty? Yeah, I don't know. My Lantana and my Verbena both come back from last year, both perennial in Texas. Yeah, they look very similar. The flowers, at least. I don't know. I've never grown Lantana to know the difference really foliage-wise, but I've had a lot of, Verbena. You know, it's very common in hanging baskets and stuff we get here. Oh, no worries, Nicole. Nope, you're Danny. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Take her out. Take me out. Hopefully she enjoys her little walkie walk and it's not too hot for her out there. Oh, I should send Dexter out for a walk now. He needs to go burn off some energy. He's crazy. Yellow beets were my favorite last year. That's exciting. Halfway through September. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're usually into October. Lately we've been like at least halfway into October before we get anything. So I'm hoping it stays the same this year, being as we had such a late start. We have earned a late winter. And it, like, it, oh my God, it was so cold for so long. And it's just been so weird. The weather has been really weird everywhere. We've been unseasonably cool, which I know a lot of you don't want to hear me complaining about, and I'm not complaining. It's been amazing for everything except my garden. But like, honestly, like my lettuce, like I still picked lettuce last week, so we were still eating lettuce into July. That tells you how cool it was here. So yay. So what, oh gosh, I had something else I was oh yeah. So I found this book, very exciting. So I was looking for another book in my bookshelf and I came across this book, which I totally forgot I had. Oh no. There we go. Can you see it? It is called The Complete Herb Book. So I have so many things growing out in the backyard. Like that bouquet that I cut and I had a picture of, like almost everything that I had in that bouquet was either edible or medicinal. Even like the Shasta daisies. Who knew Shasta daisies are medicinal? So yeah, so I don't know. It's really cool. I'm going to have to flip through it. And just see poppies. I knew poppies were medicinal. Oregano, marjoram, myrtle, bergamot, which I knew bergamot because that's where you get Earl Grey. Pennyroyal. It's going to be kind of cool just to look through. Honeysuckle. My honeysuckle is barely alive. That poor thing up there. We moved it last year, and not that she was doing great where she was at for the last 15 years. She never hardly got any larger, but she's super not happy about the move from last year, so I don't know if it's going to die or not. Irises, hyssop. I knew hyssop, which is also, I believe, agastache. But this is saying white hyssop. Hyssop officinalis. It's not saying agastache, because I've heard agastache is also known as hyssop, so maybe it's a different cultivar or something. I don't know. So don't be eating your agastache on my word for it, okay? Do your own research. But yeah, so curry plant, sweet rocket, wild strawberries, fennel, horsetail, coriander, which of course I already knew because I'm growing it. Lily of the valley. None. All of the plants are poisonous. Okay, but it is medicinal for certain kind of diseases. So warning, do not be eating this at home. Chicory, and actually I think we have chicory growing wild on the sides of the roads around here. Oh, can you see the picture? If you see like these little, they're like it's like a wildflower with these little blue flowers. It grows all around here. So we have a bunch of it growing on like the path trail we walk all of the time. But I haven't thought to harvest any of it, but whatever. That would be awesome. I'm hoping so too, so that I can harvest lots of stuff because a lot of my stuff got started so late, like my brand new baby cucumbers that are coming out. So I'm planting hyssop soon as the rain let me out. Oh, nice. By seed, or do you have like starts that you're doing? Yeah, they are extremely invasive. They will take over. So they're absolutely beautiful and they smell amazing and they're very cute and pretty. But if you do decide to plant them, don't put them anywhere near someone else's yard, and make sure you do it in an area that's very contained. So if you have like a brick border around a small garden or whatever, you can put them in there. But just be careful that they are extremely, extremely obnoxious. My seed, ooh, very nice. So I started some last year from seed, the Agastache, and I did the winter sowing containers, and I had one that came up and it was doing really well. And so I planted it out in the front garden right in front of my peony, and I was watering it and I was taking care of it. And then I don't know where my brain was a couple weeks later, and I was out weeding and I pulled everything out and threw it in the bin. And then shortly after that, someone was talking about their Agastache, and I was like, oh yeah, I have one of those. And I realized I had weeded it out. And when I went to check on it in the garbage, it was toast, like it had died. So, and then none of my seeds sprouted this year. Hey, welcome in my northern garden. USDA 9A. You're not that far north if you're in a 9A. Ah, lucky 9A garden. Yes. I finally have some coriander seeds. Hopefully they'll be viable. Oh, nice. I was actually eating some of my coriander seeds out in the garden. They're actually really good when they're still green. And they're really fresh. They taste like, I don't know how to describe them. They taste green. They taste really fresh, cilantro-y flavor. But yeah, I love coriander as well. The seeds. Exactly. Lily of the Valley love. Hey, it's kind of like me with Morning Glories, but Morning Glories are a lot easier to get rid of, right? Like you can just pull them out. Like they're not obnoxious. They're not like bindweed where they really, they have like the runners. They just pull out. Hey, welcome in Creekside Maples. Tony, I'm assuming. How are you doing tonight? You guys are busy over there packing and getting everything ready. Very exciting on your new journey. She's saying hi to my northern, who is Coriander. Really? Yeah, it's Tony. Yeah, here in Canada, a lot of people refer to cilantro like the fresh cilantro as well as coriander as well. So that was kind of confusing for me when I go to the store looking for cilantro, and I'm like, but this is coriander. It was like, hi, Tony. Yeah, so because growing up, to me, coriander was only the dried, seed, basically, was coriander. And then the fresh plants were cilantro. And honestly, I didn't realize that coriander and cilantro were even from the same plant for a very long time. Because honestly, I don't think they taste, very much alike. Got a little, just a little bit. Yeah. So, have you guys been hit with getting this heat now, or are you guys still fairly mild? I'm having a hard time keeping track of everyone's weather going on. Oh yeah, so apparently Nightbot is in the chat lurking. So if you want your link dropped, if you're new in and you want your link dropped, just type in the word link and it will drop it. And then type in weather and your city name or any city you want to know the weather of, and Nightbot will drop it in. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's warmer than us. Yeah, we were like 93 yesterday, I think. I don't think we got up that hot today. I think we were like 87, I think was our temperature today. So, yeah, that's plenty. That's way too hot. Hey, Mona, welcome in. How are you doing? Her garden's been going pretty good over there too. Nice harvesting going on. Try not to be jealous of everyone. But, yeah, at least I'm not sweating it out like everyone else is. So living in the north has its benefits, but you guys can rub it all in all winter long. When I'm sitting up here with having my Hallmark Christmas in the snow, yeah, It was too hot. The chickens laid hard. Oh no, Tony's on a roll. It's hot over 100. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Honestly, you know what? When I lived in Florida, I don't remember it being like hundreds. I remember it was hot all summer long, but I don't remember it being like over 100 too long, right? Yeah, I had no idea for a very long time. It's just, I mean, they don't look anything alike, right? And you can't really buy dried cilantro, can you? Like the leaf? Like you can buy dried parsley. Have you ever seen like dried cilantro? I don't know if I have. Florida is very humid. Yes. Yes. I lived there for 3 years in southern Florida, and oh my goodness. I was from the Pacific Northwest, so we have very dry summers. So even if it did get hot, it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I think dried parsley and basil really have no flavor either. I'm not a huge fan of them. But yeah, I would think dried cilantro would be blah. Probably better just to freeze it. Wow. Wow, I'll have what he's having. I have dried cilantro from the spice aisle. Does it taste like anything? They have I don't know if I've ever seen it. I've never looked for it though. But I've just never noticed it. Interesting. Oh, so we were at No Frills, which is just like a regular kind of basic, kind of like an Aldi type, just plain grocery store. And they had fresh cilantro, and I was looking for culantro, and they do not carry it there. So I'm going to have to go to Ample, and I'm going to get some cilantro and some culantro, and I want to make a nice spicy Trinidadian style mango chow. I don't think I made it on the channel last year. I made it. I follow a local YouTuber. He lives in Hamilton, Ontario, which is just 45 minutes south of me, hour and a half if there's traffic. But he has a channel. I've talked about him before. It's called Caribbean Pot. His name is Chris, and he is from Trinidad, and he has some wonderful recipes. So I've done quite a few of his. The mango chow is absolutely delicious. It's basically like a spicy pickled mango. And you put in like scotch bonnets, cilantro, culantro, lime, garlic. Oh, and these preserved... Is it a preserved plum? It's like a salted preserved plum that you can get in the at the Asian market. And you kind of pack it all into a jar and you put it in the fridge for at least 3 days, and then you can eat it, and it's so good. And if you've ever been to a Trinidadian party, there's always a big pile of the mango chow in a big tray. And they'll usually have like the spicy and then the not so spicy. So be careful which one you grab, because the spicy is very spicy and it will give you the hiccups if you get hiccups from spicy food. Okay, go taste it. We'll wait. I'll have you come on camera. You can do a live taste test. Just lick your finger and dip it in and taste it. Let us know what it tastes like. If you would have known it was cilantro, yeah, I don't know. You brewed some hibiscus lemonade iced tea today. So good. Oh, yum. So was that like a dried, like you bought like a mix, or you kind of mixed it yourself? I have a concentrate that my husband picked up from Costco. That's a hibiscus tea. And then last year I did dry some of the hibiscus from my cranberry hibiscus plant, but those were like the leaves. I've actually never done anything with... Oh, I lost my shoulder for a minute there. It's like, woo, that's creepy. I've never done anything with actually my hibiscus flowers. I've always been worried that they're not the right kind of hibiscus. Like the hardy hibiscus, not the... what's the one Nicole sent me? The Roselle. I think most of hibiscus tea is made with Roselle, right? Otherwise known as Roselle, or... Oh gosh, I can't think of the other name. Oh my goodness, there's another name for it. Sorrel. So I think that's usually what the variety of hibiscus that they use to make the teas with, but I don't know for sure. But I have, like, I've bought hibiscus teas that are very nice. It's supposed to be very good for your heart, I think, and blood sugar. I can't remember. I did it all myself. So proud. Drove to the store and picked it up. Green tea. Okay. Awesome. Green leaf makes it. Perfect. Yes. Jamaican sorrel. Thank you, Nicole. Yes. Yes. Roselle only. Yeah. So I haven't made any myself. I bought a package of Roselle or sorrel, or is it sorrel? Sorrel, right? At the Asian market. I have a package of it, and I haven't done anything with it. And I also bought a package of rose tea that are little tiny. It's a bag of like the tiniest little rose buds you've ever seen, and it's the cutest thing ever, and it smells amazing. And I have yet to make any tea out of it because I'm like, oh, it's so cute. But yeah, I'm gonna make some rose tea because I really like rose tea. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the one I have today is the okay, green leaf. Yeah, the one I have is Tazo. I think it's the Tazo brand. And it's a concentrate that you can get at Costco. And honestly, I wasn't a fan of it. Like when it says you do it like 1-to-1 with water. It was just, I don't know, neither one of us liked it, my daughter or I. It was just really strong, and there was a really strong flavor of cinnamon in it. But I love it as just kind of a splash into a big glass of water. So it serves as a really nice, just kind of more of as a refresher rather than the actual tea. Hey, Nick, welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you in here tonight. I know your garden is hopping over there. You got lots of stuff going on. Hopefully you are keeping busy this week and eating well, I hope, with Dorsha out of town. Hopefully they're having fun. I am so sad that I missed her last night. I had plans. I was supposed to go and meet Dorsha, who's in Toronto. And she's like, I have Wednesday night free. I said, okay, sounds perfect. We made plans. I was going to come down. I had decided I was going to take the train in. And so I was a little stressed out trying to figure out how to, because I've only taken the train down once before. So my friend who used to take the GO train all the time was talking me through it and say, oh yeah, we do this and this and everything. So let's get ready to go. We came home from the beach. I was taking a shower, and I ended up having a bit of an issue. I'm fine, but I did have to go and get things checked out. I will be having a follow-up with my my doctor later. So nothing to worry about, but I was a little concerned because there was something that wasn't right, and I didn't know if it was anything that I should have been concerned about or not. And so I was a little freaked out about it. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, the timing was just really bad. So I felt terrible. So I did explain this to her, and I said, oh my God, she's gonna think I made up just like the craziest story to get out of this or something, because it's an absolutely ridiculous story. So, but it was 100% true, and I'm okay. And fortunately, it was like best case scenario, and it's something that's totally treatable. Hopefully, possibly could need surgery down the road, but nothing major. It's hopefully it would be something that I can handle and treat with physio and things like that. So I will be following up with my private personal doctor for that, and I'm not going to go into any details because y'all do not want to know. And once I get started, I do have a problem with oversharing, so you don't want to know the details. But anyways, it was 100% true, and I'm really sorry. And hopefully we can meet up again somehow, somewhere, sometime. I don't know how long she's in town for either, right? So, and I know they're probably very busy. Hopefully they had a beautiful day in Niagara Falls and it wasn't too hot. It was funny because my husband's like, oh my God, they're going to be in Niagara today. It's going to be so hot and humid and everything, right? And I'm like, they're from Georgia. They're going to be fine. Nosy nose. Yes. So anyways, I feel terrible, but I'm hoping that they're having I just got like this heat wave warning come up on my computer. Yes, I know it's hot out there. Thank you. We can deal with it. It's not that bad. Not as bad as the rest of the country. We're all right. Yes. So it was kind of a bit of a false alarm, but I'm like, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I had things checked out, just because all of a sudden, you know, your mind is like, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. Fortunately, it was the least of any of the concerns, and everything was fine. And I hope I never have to see that doctor again. Anyways, okay, I'm not going to go into details. Anyways, yeah. Okay, back on track. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, it was very awkward. And so originally, like, everything's kind of crazy up here right now. There's just like, I don't know what's going on. The private, like, your family doctors, like ours is still not open, like, for walk-in. It's a walk-in clinic. Okay, so my family doctor is also a walk-in clinic, but they are not taking walk-ins. You have to make appointments, and they're actually not seeing very many people in person. They're still doing they're doing most of everything by phone or through WhatsApp. Yeah. So to try and make an appointment, like, I called and they're like, oh yeah, we're closing soon. We can't take anyone in today. It doesn't matter if it's an emergency, anything like that. They're like, nope. And then a lot of the urgent cares, like walk-ins around here, are closed, or they close early, or they have their crazy hours. So we ended up just like, well, you know what? I said, well, you know what? Maybe we'll just go to the ER and see what they have to say. So we went in, and it was packed, and people in there are complaining that they've been waiting for like 5 hours. And I was like, oh my God, that's going to be nuts, because it was like 5:22 when we got in there. So it took an hour and a half for me to see the triage nurse to explain my situation. And then she told me, I said, yeah, she goes, it's going to be a bit of a wait. I said, yeah, I heard it's about a 5-hour wait. And she goes, more like 7. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So I went out and I made a few phone calls around to other like urgent care clinics, and I found another one that normally has really bad hours, so no one ever goes there. And I called them, and they said, oh yeah, come on in, we're not busy at all. So I was like, okay. So I walked in, and it's another hospital, and there was one other person in the waiting room at the registration desk. I sat down, and then they called my name right away, and I went into the triage nurse, and then I went into the receptionist, and then they told me to go back into the other waiting room. And I think I was there for about 5 minutes before I was called into. I was in and out in under an hour at the new place. So really, really glad I bailed and found the other place, and then found out that everything was fine, and it was just something that I can follow up with my family doctor. So I'm like, thank God we didn't wait 7 hours to find out. After 7 hours, you almost hope it's something serious, that you weren't just wasting your time, right? Yeah. And there were people that had been waiting for like 5 hours to be seen, and they were miserable. And yeah, and there was like standing room, and like people were standing, there weren't enough seats. Like, it was a nightmare. And the problem is the doctor's offices aren't open and taking people. The urgent care centers are shut down. They can't get enough nurses and doctors to, I don't know it's like everything, and they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything. They're just complaining about it. It's like no one's doing anything to make it better. Honestly, with this other, like, there's other hospitals in the area. Like, it seems like there should just be like some kind of a coordination, because I would say, you know, quite a few of the people that were in there last night could have easily been seen over at this other clinic, which can handle pretty much anything except for, like, you know, major like heart attacks and strokes and things like that. But I mean, they can set bones and stitches and pretty much everything else. So it seems like they would like be trying to offload the workload over there. But I don't think anyone there wants the extra workload either. It was like super calm and relaxing and tranquil, and it was like everything was new. Like, it was really nice. So I was like, this is crazy. But hey, welcome in, CB. Welcome back. Actually, you were here earlier. Nice to see you again. Thanks for popping in. So yeah, that was my exciting evening. So thank God we were in and out. We were home by, I don't know, close to 9. So it's like we salvaged the evening. We didn't have to cancel work today or anything like that, because yeah, otherwise we would have been home till like 3 or 4 in the morning. It would have been like Yeah, I know a friend who was at the ER with someone. It was just a UTI, and they were there for 8 hours. 8 hours in the ER. So, and then we're sitting there, and there's like people are coughing and whatever, and I was like, this is probably the worst place to be sitting and waiting, because like half the people in here are sick with something probably contagious. Yeah, I don't know. And then I felt bad. There were some people in there that were just really getting frustrated, and and then it's like, the nurses, they're sick of it. They hear it every day. I know, but they're like, yes, I know. They're like, it's an emergency room. There's people that are getting pulled in from the back that you don't see, that get pushed ahead of you. It almost seems to me like there needs to be someone, like, I understand you have to, in order to work in that environment, you have to be somewhat, I don't want to say desensitized, but you've seen a million people come in with a broken arm that day and this and that. You're like, okay, you'll be fine, blah, 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 blah. It just almost seems like there should be someone that could be, kind of like a layman that could be kind of like there to kind of interpret, and deal with the nursing staff and then nursing whatever. So, yeah, I know it's, yeah. Yeah. Get regular blood tests and no appointment at ER lab. Have to wait in ER. Oh, gosh. And hey, welcome in, Eco Neighbor. It is truly, it is. And I felt so bad for those people. And I almost felt like driving back out to the ER and telling them that this other place, but by the time we got there, they would have closed, because this other place, their hours are only from 8 to 9. So they would have been closed by then anyways. But I was like, there were so many people there that probably could have just gone there instead. And they just don't really know about it, and I think a lot of times it's because the hours, and for a while there, they would just like, people would go and they were closed. They weren't open on the weekends. They were open, like they've had crazy hours, and they change regularly. I don't know why, at this other clinic, but whatever. So fortunately it ended on a good note. We were relieved. We weren't waiting forever, and that was nothing serious. So yay. So how are you guys doing? You guys are super busy over there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, exactly. I was just like, when you hear people coughing, you're like, Fortunately, it was a beautiful night, so my husband was waiting outside for a lot of it, so it was absolutely beautiful. But, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. You and Gigi, wow. I get exhausted just watching... just listening to you talk about your plans. It's very exciting. And same with Tony over at Creekside. It's, it's very exciting, but man, you guys are you're doing it. Really a lot of work ahead of you, and it's very exciting. It's interesting, just watching kind of carve out your own little piece of heaven. Yeah, get that done. Get your plantings done, getting, I know you guys had a lot of trees with you and plants, so it'll be nice to see you finding a home for all of those and getting everything ready. I live an exciting life. New toaster today. No more bagels stuck in toaster. Woohoo! That is very exciting. That is very, very exciting. My aunts, when I was a kid, we used to go and stay with my mom's two sisters. They lived together, and they had this like old toaster, and it was very exciting because it was the only time we were ever allowed to eat Pop-Tarts, because my mom would never buy them. But my aunts would always buy them when we would come over. So we get to have Pop-Tarts for breakfast. And so you have to cook them in the toaster, but you'd have to put the one side in first, and then you'd have to drop the other one just right for it to engage. And if you didn't drop it right, you had to start all over, and you'd have to like unplug it and dig it out with a knife, because of course there was no plastic tongs back then, right? So you have to kind of keep trying to get the right one. And sometimes I forget which side it was. So it was very exciting to finally get this thing working, and then it would burn one side of them every time. And I remember asking them one time, I was like, have you guys thought of getting a new toaster? And they're like, why? This one works once you figure out its quirks. I was like, how old is this toaster? Like, this thing's old. How old is this toaster? Turns out, my grandparents had given it to them, and it had been my grandparents' wedding gift. Yeah. Yeah. my grandparents' wedding gift. So my grandparents got married in what, the 30s? So it's probably worth a fortune now. And it had like that old scary cord. You know, those cords with and the like the round. I don't know how they didn't burn the house down, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're not still using it. Exactly. But oh my gosh, half the time it didn't even work. And it would still be cold. You just start all over again. Yeah. And they were just like, why would we want to get a new one? It's right. Oh no. I have a bagel guy, by the way. I have a bagel guy. Don't be jealous. But one of our friends works at a bakery. And so sometimes they get like sometimes there's just like rejected ones, like the labels didn't print right or the bagels aren't 100% exactly the same or whatever. And so they get tossed. And so then people are allowed to take them home. And so they drop off extra bagels on a regular basis, which is really awesome. We're like, woohoo! Right? Duct tape. Yes. The old, oh gosh, what was that show? It was a Canadian show here. Oh my gosh, the guy with the duct tape. I can't think what it was called. Oh my goodness. But basically, oh, come on, Tony, if you're still in here, you'll know it. You know, if they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Oh, what's that guy? Red Green. The Red Green Show. I don't know if anyone ever watched the Red Green Show, but he did everything with duct tape. Right? So you only need 2 tools. You need duct tape and WD-40. So if it doesn't move and it should, WD-40. If it moves and it shouldn't, duct tape. I worked with kids with disabilities. They gave us a day-old Panera. Oh, that's delicious. Yes. Day-old, please. I'm not picky. I don't care if it's misprinted. Yep. Sorry. I beat you to it. Exactly. Did you guys know who Red Green Show? Did you guys ever watch the Red Green Show? Gosh, it was a Canadian. Oh my God, it's absolutely ridiculous. I remember I loved it when I was a teenager. I watched it. We thought it was hilarious. I hadn't seen it in years, and we watched an episode not too long ago, and I was like, oh my God, was it always this cheesy? Sometimes you watch some of those old TV shows, and it's like, how did they get away with these, like, so cheesy? Panera. Okay, do you want to hear my sad Panera story? Okay, so we used to love going to Panera in Florida. And they opened up a Panera here in Canada. And this is like going back like 10 years ago or whatever, right? I was like so excited. So I go into Panera and they have all the fancy bagels. And I picked out the bagel I wanted. And they had plain cream cheese or low-fat cream cheese. They didn't even have herb and garlic. I'm like, no, I want the hazelnut cream cheese. And they did not have the hazelnut cream cheese. They only had plain or low-fat cream cheese. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what? No. I was so mad. Oh my God. If you haven't had the hazelnut cream cheese, if they still make it, it's absolutely divine. Green is hilarious. Red green? Yeah, so that's my sad Panera story, and everything in there was like so expensive, and I was like, yeah, no. And I did go back. I went in, I would say it was a few years ago with my daughter. We thought, oh, we'll go check it out, and nope, they still didn't have any of the fancy flavored cream cheeses, so I left. Yeah. See, yeah, exactly. Okay. I see your comment come up over on, there it is, finally. It comes up on YouTube way faster than it does on StreamYard. Yes, the hazelnut cream cheese is so good. I should probably make my own. I should make my own. I should do a video on my special cream cheese that I like to make for breakfast. So back home, my aunts lived in this town of Corvallis, Oregon, where UFO is, if you've ever heard, OSU. University of Oregon. Beavers, go Beavers. They had this little coffee house downtown, And I don't know if I think they made it in-house. They made this cream cheese, and it was sun-dried tomato pesto cream cheese. And it is so delicious. So when I make my pesto in the summer, you just soften your cream cheese a little bit. You put in your pesto, and then you put in some sun-dried tomatoes. And if you have a little extra pine nuts to throw in there, go ahead and stir it up and slather that on a bagel. Oh my God, it is so good. Probably be good on anything, but we always got it on like an everything bagel, and that, and then a cup of really strong black coffee. Absolutely delicious. Breakfast of champions. So I do make that. I actually was making that a couple weeks ago because I froze some of my pesto from last year and some of my sun-dried tomatoes. I threw them in the freezer. And so I just kind of warmed them up and threw them in with the cream cheese and threw them in the microwave and just soften it a little bit. And then I have some pine nuts that I keep in the freezer so that they don't go bad, because they can go rancid, because I don't use them very often and they're quite expensive. So I just keep them in the freezer. They're such a unique flavor. I really do like. I mean, you could probably chop up walnuts or anything else that you wanted to use if you didn't have the pine nuts. But actually, I had a friend give me a bag because she didn't like them. And I was like, yes, please. Thank you very much. So I keep that in the freezer. And so I just will toss it in. And it's very good. My husband's not big on pesto, but he really likes that cream cheese. So you can make it, as pesto-y as you want. So, see, now I want cream cheese. Danny, you can have my bagel. I'll have the cream cheese. Oh gosh. So, so don't forget, next Thursday night, it's going to be the big celebration. I'm going to have some games. I'm going to do some quizzes. I'm going to be doing some question and answers. I'm going to have my no button ready for when you guys get the wrong answer. N-O. Oh yeah, I love this thing. No! So, yep, I'm excited about that. Ooh, raspberry cream cheese. Costco here carries, they do a jalapeno, they do a urban garlic, and then they do a strawberry. And my daughter did not like the strawberry cream cheese. I thought it was absolutely delicious. She did not even like it at all. I don't know. She likes the urban garlic. I like all of it. Honestly, I haven't met a cream cheese I didn't like. I like the salmon one. It's not even like probably real salmon. But man, throw that on there, and yeah, it's gonna be a party. It's gonna be fun. So put your thinking caps on. Come to win, and keep in mind that because of the insanely crazy cost of shipping in Canada and from Canada, most of my gifts are going to be very flat. Okay. The prizes are all going to be something that's quite flat and things that can be mailed out easily. But hopefully it'll be fun and everyone will hang out, and I will get some more of my watch hours that I need, because I'm down to, I think I need like 350, 360. I don't know exactly what it is. We'll find out tomorrow after tonight. But I do need a handful of watch hours left. So I thought, you know what, let's just go ahead. We'll do the celebration. We'll get that out of the way. We'll get some watch hours, and hopefully we'll roll into August looking good. And, Dexter's GoPro harness was supposed to be delivered, today. But I didn't see it out there yet. So maybe tomorrow. Hopefully soon. He's very excited. I cannot wait to have the GoPro harness on him, and then just to see, because he was chasing birds in the backyard, and it's absolutely hilarious that he just hops and he jumps, and I think there's going to be some fun footage on that. So hopefully I'll have my harvest video up soon. Keep an eye out for maybe a clip of the beach day. We'll see if the filming actually worked. Couldn't really see the camera out there, was so bright. And I got to do a garden tour soon. Things are starting to fill in and look much better than they were. Everything was looking so sad for a while. So I'm really I'm like, it's kind of ridiculous how excited I am about this GoPro. But yeah, food. Oh yeah, I love some food. I love food. Food is amazing. So yeah, anyways, we're rounding out soon. I'll be finishing up 9:30. It's 9:24 now. We got 6 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions about any of the videos I've been posting recently. I had the Lucy Von Montgomery garden we went to, the tour there, or the Willow Park. I'm definitely gonna be taking Dexter and the kid back there to go swimming, or at least, you know, wading in the water, because he loved that little river. So I know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine being Dexter's mom. He was freaking out on me today. So, you know, we went to work and then came home and I spent time with him. Like, we sat on the couch and I held his bone and we cuddled and we spent time together. And then I left to go get my haircut. And when I came home, he was like psycho. I was like, he was freaking out. He was so excited to see me. And I got home and I was like, okay, I have to use the washroom. So I go in the washroom, shut the door, and he's like scratching at the door. Like, he never has done that before. Yeah, he was not impressed that I'd been gone, that I had left him, and then that I shut the door on him. Yeah, he was just like super hyper when I got home. I was like, they're ignoring you? Like, he is such a mama's boy. I was like, dude, you got to calm down. Well, and he was, you know, he was not happy to be home yesterday, right? So like yesterday we were gone most of the day. And then in the evening, you know, he was here, but you know, don't worry. He gets plenty of love and attention, but he wants like 24/7. He is very, very attached. So, oh my gosh, poor little guy. So he is not. So then when I came home, I was like, oh, he is not going to be happy. So he was like freaking out at the gate to the upstairs, because I have it blocked off, because otherwise he would be attacking me while I'm doing my live. And yeah, my husband was outside and he was in the living room freaking out because he wanted to come up the stairs. He was not happy at all. So poor baby. So hopefully he's in bed now, Bo. I don't want to have to see him again tonight because he'll be terrified. He just gets so excited. And that's the only thing I don't like about, that's my main complaint about the heat, is it's too hot really to him. It's kind of like in the winter when it's so cold. It was too hot during the day really for him to get out and burn off as much energy as he needs to. And there's only so much, you know, playing fetch you can do in the house. Right. So yeah. So if no one has any questions, yeah, just stay tuned for some of the new stuff, and hopefully I'll get a little promo video or thumbnail or something out for the giveaway. And if you want to share it out, that would be awesome. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already yet. I know sometimes it's easy to be in the chat and totally forget to smash that like button. So if you haven't done it and you don't mind, please do. And just trying to make sure I didn't forget anything that I had planned on talking about. Nope. All right. So, oh, and don't forget, you got to keep posted. Danny, hit the link button if you're still in here. So Wicked Awesome Gardening is going to Michigan this weekend to go and hang out with Am I Gardener and to film there. And it's going to be amazing. So if you're not subscribed to her, pop on over and hit that button. And if you are subscribed to her, go on over and make sure that you've hit that notification bell and have it set to all, so you don't miss all the fun stuff that's going to be happening this weekend. I'm excited to keep an eye on that. That'll be pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see who else is all involved in that and who shows up. So what? Yeah, super cool. Yeah. Thank you. I so appreciate it. And I'm hoping to have a good weekend. I don't know if we have anything planned. We're working Saturday. Hopefully not too late, because it's going to be really hot that day. So hopefully they have air conditioning. And then hopefully I'll have a video out on Sunday. So we'll see what gets filmed and what gets done by then. But I think it's been a bit too hot for to do a tour video right now. And then I have to make sure everything's been watered properly the night before, so it's not all droopy in the morning. And then I'm not all droopy in the morning, right? So, yeah, she gets to go. She was invited to be part of this. Am I Gardeners doing like this YouTube thingy-majiggy-mabob. I'm not exactly sure. Some kind of I don't know if it's a meetup or I don't know. But she did a little promo video on it. Actually, can I show that? Where is that? Let me see. Let's show that really quick. Hold on. Wicked Awesome Gardening. Okay. Wicked Awesome Lifestyles. No, here we go. I like clicking on the wrong stuff. So we're going to share my screen. Window. Here we go. We're going to share this. So we're going in here. This is her so exciting video. And I have to turn up my volume and turn this around. Hold on. Sorry, Danny.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, and I'm here with a very quick one-shot video right before work, and I am actually kind of late for work. Oops. But yesterday really got away from me, just exhausted with some pain issues I've had since I started gardening, and he's having his big grand opening channel that I followed.
Okay, sorry.
Some of you know that I really love the Am I Gardener channel, that I've followed it since I started gardening, and he's having his big grand opening for his new headquarters this weekend. He posted on his Facebook that he had room for 20 content creators to come out and kind of be part of a meet and greet, and guess who gets to go? Woo! So this is Thursday morning. You guys will see this late Thursday morning, maybe early afternoon, depends on when I have a second to get this ready to post. But I will fly out tomorrow night, Friday night, arrive in Michigan, stay the night in the airport hotel, and then head out to Am I Gardener in the morning. So I will definitely be documenting the trip, and we'll see what kind of footage I can get while I'm out there. I think there are going to be some other channels there, like Our Urban Homestead, which is a small channel, just under 1,000 subscribers. I think they're like this close to their 1K, so like help them out. And also, I believe the 1870s Homestead is going to be there, and then who knows who else. You guys know if Roots and Refuge is there, because Luke and Cindy and Jess and Maya are all friends. If they're there, I may just melt down into a little purple puddle. So, yeah, I'll be coming back with some video for you guys. So I will see you in our next video. I am going to try to get a video filmed today to post Saturday that's like a, you know, a more garden-y video, but then we'll have some videos of my trip going up once I get a chance to get them edited. All right, that's it for me. I'm late for work, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, garden-y. More garden-y videos. Yes. Yeah, so purple, like, is purple puddle an expression? That is really exciting. Okay, and then there's her linky dink. If you haven't already clicked on it, go ahead. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that working? Is that link gonna work? Because I don't see a space. I don't see a space there. Is that working? Okay, it works for me. Yeah, it's working. I didn't see a space, so I didn't know if it would work. Yeah, purple puddle. Like, you're gonna be a purple puddle. Why purple? Is that an expression that I've just never heard? Or, okay, that makes sense. All right. I was just wondering if it was like some, you know, Bostonian expression that I just never heard before. A purple puddle. But, yeah, that is super exciting. We'll definitely be following along and checking you out, and, maybe I'll put in a seed order. No. His stuff, he actually has free shipping to Canada. So, like, one of the few places that still does that. So that's super awesome. I do love that about his store. The only problem is the whole exchange rate and everything, right? Like, Canadian dollar is not doing so hot right now. So, yeah, so go check her out. Go check out Nicole's new video. If anyone else has everyone's got new videos. Go check everybody else out. If you want people to come check your channel out, if you want to leave a comment after the video down below, just say, hey, I was there, check me out. I don't know. Anyways, that's an easy way to go and, you know, connect with people that were in here tonight as well. So thank you so much. And hopefully, yeah, hopefully we have a fun night next Thursday night. I'll be planning it, working on it, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And the prizes, so it'll be exciting to come up with some of those things. So anyways, take care. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.